Yo, what's going on guys, it's Abs here and welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen video. So in this video I'm going to be doing a full breakdown of Jujutsu Kaisen episode 18, which is called Sage. So as always, if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss another Jujutsu Kaisen video. And yeah, let's dive straight into it. So the episode kicks off with Megumi running through the temple, evading arrows embedded with cursed energy, but he has no trouble avoiding them, and Megumi breaks one arrow, resulting in blood splattering on the wall. Noritoshi Kamo uses the blood manipulation, which is an inherited technique in the Kamo family, and the technique grants Noritoshi the ability to control all aspects of his blood. And Jujutsu Kaisen also makes a point of highlighting the three families. So the three families comprised of the Gojo family, the Zenin family, and the Kamo family. And these families hold prestige in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe, and Megumi Fushiguro is a member of the Zenin family, but it's not clear what his exact relationship is to Maki and Mai. Like Kamo, he's inherited a value technique from the Zenin family, which is the 10 shadow technique, and this ability allows Megumi to summon 10 different Shikigami using shadows. Noritoshi Kamo uses his flowing red scale technique, which allows him to increase his body temperature, pulse rate, and the number of red blood cells to give themselves increased energy and physical abilities. His speed and strength increases, so he's able to dominate Megumi but doesn't do too much direct damage. And Megumi called it doping, as Noritoshi's abilities just went through the roof. His strength and speed and everything else just increased just by using his flowing red skill technique. Elsewhere, Toge Inumaki unlocks Mekamaru's phone and uses it to call Kasumi and tell her to sleep. So she falls asleep, and then suddenly he notices a dark presence. Meanwhile, in the observing room, Principal Gakuganji remembers himself assigning a semi-first grade cursed spirit which was intended to kill Yuji Itadori. Noritoshi Kamo thought it would have been a second grade cursed spirit, but instead it was semi-first grade in order to kill Itadori. So we pan over to Toge Inumaki again, and we see that exact cursed spirit killed by Hanami. So Hanami appears, and so it appears that Mahito and the other curses have interrupted the Goodwill event. And Inumaki uncovers his mouth and says salmon, which means that he's acknowledging and affirming that it's time for battle with Hanami. So the Goodwill event is invaded. So back at the fight between Noritoshi and Megumi, Noritoshi remembers his childhood, where he was an illegitimate heir, so the Kamo family valued Noritoshi's blood manipulation, so they made him legitimate. And Noritoshi tries to relate to Megumi, but Megumi rejects this familiarity, and unlike Noritoshi, Megumi doesn't seem to want anything to do with the three clans. And then Megumi uses a toad to distract Noritoshi, and Megumi uses his latest Shikigami, which is Max Elephant, and the elephant fills the corridor with water, forcing Noritoshi outside. And with Noritoshi vulnerable, Megumi uses Nu to electrocute him. And Noritoshi remembers his mother, so Noritoshi is determined to win. So he uses Crimson Binding on Nu, and then Noritoshi and Megumi are at a stalemate, so they're preparing to fight, but a mass of branches approach them, and Toge Inumaki is being chased by them, and he orders Megumi and Noritoshi to run. Meanwhile, the wall of talismans burn red, so this symbolizes the end of the Goodwill event, and realizing that unregistered curses have invaded, Yaga leaves Gojo and Gakuganji to protect the students. So the teachers realize that something's going on here. Unregistered curses have invaded the Goodwill event, so they need to get in there ASAP. But a special curtain is created by Juzo that is designed to keep Gojo out, so Gojo knows that these curses have intel on them and that they're very smart. So this leaves Gakuganji and Utahime to face Juzo, whereas Gojo has to stay outside because he can't actually enter. So the old man actually takes out a guitar and dares Juzo to try him, which was very unexpected to see him using a guitar out of nowhere. But we don't know what his technique is, but he seemed too serious to have a potentially fun set of abilities. Meanwhile, the students encounter Hanami, and Megumi realizes that Hanami is the unregistered special grade curse that Gojo notified him of. Toge says Tuna will mail, and Megumi actually agrees with him, and Kamo is in disbelief that Megumi understands what Togo is saying, and I found that to be quite funny. So as Megumi realizes that Hanami is the unregistered special grade curse, he attempts to call Gojo, but Hanami destroys his phone before he can do so. And before Hanami did anything else, Toge uses his cursed speech by saying don't move, and this paralyzes Hanami. And then Kamo uses the slicing exorcism attack on Hanami, where the user forms some of their blood into a circle with a hollow middle, and 4 spikes that protrude from the edge, and then Kamo then spins the circle and throws it at Hanami to hopefully cut Hanami, but it actually made no damage, and this showed how strong Hanami is. And then Megumi summons the new Shikigami to attack Hanami, whilst Megumi takes out a sword and hits Hanami, but Hanami's skin is way too strong. And whilst this happens, Noritoshi Kamo wonders where Megumi actually got the sword from, because when they were fighting he didn't actually have that sword on him. Hanami then begins to communicate with the students telepathically, as the students can't understand the sound, but they can understand the meaning of what Hanami is saying. And Hanami claims to only want to protect the planet and asks the sorcerers to die and become sages. Megumi notes that Hanami has established its own language system, and Noritoshi Kamo states to get Inumaki out of there. This is most likely because Toge Inumaki's cursed speech requires a high amount of stamina to use, so if it's overused it can cause extreme throat irritation, and this can cause Toge Inumaki to cough up blood. So there you have it guys, that's Jujutsu Kaisen episode 18 explained, and a full breakdown for you guys there. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and comment down below of what you think of episode 18. Are you looking forward to episode 19? And if you want me to do a breakdown of episode 19, then I can do that when that drops. And be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel so you don't miss another video. Hope you guys have a nice day, and I will catch you on the next one.